Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is basically an update of what we've been getting up to, what we're about to get into, and just a general catch up and that on things that's going on, hobby related, here at the Battle Bunker. Well, the first thing I want to sort of say to you is, you might remember like 2 or 3 videos previously, I put out a video with an apology to you guys for the community that I've not been involved as actively as what I had been with hobby and everything else. Now, the reason for putting that video out was twofold. One was obviously to help people still suffering with the obviously mental health issues, and especially with COVID still bouncing around. That was just to help you guys to say, look, you know, I'm suffering as well, and if by me talking and reaching out to you guys that it helps you, then all the good. And I must admit, I was overwhelmed with the support and that you guys shown, and also some of the people, especially from the Plastic Crap podcast. I jumped on board watching one of their videos, and a couple of the guys that was in the comments and that messaged me through Messenger. And yeah, no problem guys, yeah, if it's helped you guys, thank you. And I'm humbled that you thought that by me speaking out has helped you, and you know, I really am thankful for that. But by doing that video, it made me make a life-changing decision, and I mean a life-changing decision. After 18 years of working on the railway as a signals and telecoms technician, I've basically resigned. I went into work. That video was basically a verge of me on a massive breakdown. I was on a downhill slide. I knew the signs, I knew the triggers. So I made the video, as I said, to help other people, but also to help myself, make me realise that there's a problem here. What is the problem? Where is it? What do I need to do about it? And as I said, after 18 years of working in the railway as a signals and telecoms engineer, I went back into work, spoke to Mel about it, went into work, and I made the decision that I will resign. And this week is currently my last week for working for the railway, albeit I'm on leave. And this is the first bit of leave I've had this year. So here we are, look, in the sort of middle end of September, and this is the first bit of leave I've had. So it's the job itself. I love the job. I love working on the railway. I love all aspects of it. The politics is silly, absolutely ridiculous, and totally unnecessary. You ever heard of the upside down pyramid? Yeah, well, that's how the railways run, and I expect the NHS is running exactly the same. I expect all the other services are running exactly the same. It's an upside down pyramid. You know, the poor guy on the ground, you know, whether it be the nurses on the wards or us fixing the faults to get the trains moving, we're doing it with both hands tied behind our back, you know, and that's basically it. You know, we get all the slating when it goes wrong. So unfortunately, that's life. But that's enough of that. That's not for this video. That's for off camera. People will ask me. But no, the actual job, I love the job. And I say 18 years service, I've decided enough is enough. My family mean the world to me. My marriage means everything to me, and my family means the world, and my own sanity on top of that again. So those 3 things put together meant that had to go. So yeah, after this week, guys, I'm unemployed. Scary? Yep. Worried? Yep. Nervous? Yep. So yeah. So, but hopefully, within myself and my own well-being, which in turn, if it gets better, I help my family, and then that's got to be a positive. So who knows what's in the future? One door shuts, another one's bound to open at some point. So watch this space. So what are we on about today? Today, as I said, there's going to be a bit of a chat really about what we've been getting up to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spin the camera around, and we'll take a look at some of the things and that we've been getting up to, or about to get up to, shall I say. All right, so just turn the camera around, guys. So the first thing I want to show you is Altar of Freedom, the Grand Tactical Battles in the American Civil War, done by Greg Wegman of Little Wars TV. Basically what it was, better mine Richard come over last week, and he brought over his Warlord Games epic scale ACW miniatures, which he's been painting up, and we decided to give these rules a try. And I have to say, really impressed with how these rules played, especially with the basing mechanics of the epic scales, because they're based on 60mm frontages, which is what they suggest, and that in here for 6mm, but it works perfectly for this. We played the second Battle of Kernstown, which is a free download from the website. That's played on a 3x3 mat. And I say we were quite lucky. A couple of years ago, we visited that battlefield, and that, so to actually play it, you know, as a war game, that was really interesting. You play at the sort of strategic level, as I said. You're playing sort of army commanders or corps commanders, and you allocate your points, your ability points to your divisions to get them to activate, and to set priorities and that in the turn to activate, or initiative basically. And then we can also use some of your points and that for bidding for the turn clock. And the turn clock's a unique mechanic to sort of see how fast or slow the turn's going to play out. So this again is a unique sort of mechanic in that. So it's definitely not a you go, I go. Your unit labeling, and that is basically over here, is you've got your name of your commander, or name of the, and then obviously, so that's the division, Commander's East Division under Kirkland. And then that division is worth of combat value of +2 to your dice roll. So a very simple set of mechanics, really. Just quickly flick through these rules, and that just to sort of give you an idea of what they are, and how they play out. Yeah, so there's manipulating the turn clock and that. And in the back here, the rules themselves are very few pages, to be quite honest. Army breakpoints, special rules for your leaders. And then what I'm going like this, the design philosophy and that by him, and why he's done certain things the way he has, and that's quite interesting to sort of like get an impression of his thoughts on that about creating the rules himself. Different scales for playing if you wanted to, so all your Fire and Fury stuff you could use in that easily. And then creating your armies if you want to do a pickup game. But the bit that I really do like about this set of rules and that, it is very scenario driven. Bit of background of the battle, and then obviously time clocks, deployment notes, the map of the actual tabletop. So Shiloh here is fought on a 4x4 table. Again, these are all 4.6mm miniatures, mind. Again, but using those epic scale war figures and that, perfect for it. And obviously Grant's in command, and obviously you've got all his divisions. And again, that's the combat rating, who they are. These represent the brigades and their combat values, and obviously the brigades within the division. Obviously, he's the Corps Soap Army Commander. And then obviously the Confederate Order of Battle as well. And these are all the labels. You again just photocopy these, stick them to the bottom of your base. Jobs are good, and you know it's a lot easier if all your information's in one place. Got Antietam, obviously all of the command structure. Champion Hill, it's a little small battle, that one. It's similar to sort of what we played the other day in size. Cedar Creek, again, visited that. And Cedar Creek, Belgrove, that was a nice place to visit. Yeah, again, that's played on a 6x4 lit. And there's your order of battle, Confederates, and again, the labels. And then at the back of the book, you've got your reference sheet. So, and it's basically just a couple of tables, a few tables. But what they do is a couple of PDF downloads that you can do, and that's scenario packs for Eastern Theatre and Western Theatre, so that's also handy to have. And also they do a lot of other free stuff, and that's scenarios, campaign rules, etc. So definitely worth checking out. So Altar of Freedom by Greg Wegman. Right guys, and finally the new project that we're going to be getting into, probably early part of next year, and this is the hashtag I Blame Martin Brook. I mean, I've always enjoyed watching Martin's videos of the Wars of Roses and that, his battle reports and his sort of informational videos and that he does, and if you haven't seen them, go and check out the Seventh Son YouTube channel. Brilliant place to go and watch Wars of Roses videos. But I've had the Nevermind the Bullocks come free, I think, with the Wargames Illustrated. And I've all thumbed through it a couple of times and that, and thought, yeah, that sounds quite interesting. Sort of a fun little game, sort of an old sort of kickback to the old Warhammer way he sort of plays with the movable figures and everything else. But yeah, it definitely looks interesting, and the sort of events and that in the card deck and that, I really like the sound of those. And talking with Andy Callan recently, and the next edition that comes, he's hoping to have out, hopefully, the hardback version, sort of beginning and middle of December this year. So that would be certainly interesting, and look forward to that. And he assures me that the cards and the counters and everything should all work fine in the new edition of the rules, so that's brilliant. So what I done was I went onto the old Perry's website and done their 3-box deal. So with the Wars of Roses infantry. Also got myself a set of foot knights and a Lancastrian foot command, which is this one here, and a light artillery piece, which is that one there. The force here should allow me to build 100-point force for both York and Lancaster. I just need to get the Yorkist command and either something else or a gun or something else to add into that. So that'll more than allow me to build a 100-point force. Then all I need to do then is get some of the light cavalry, because the actual full armoured mounted knights and that was very few and far between in the Wars of Roses. It was mainly the light cavalry that you see in the box set that they do, which was the mainstay throughout the period. So again, looking forward to getting some of those and getting them on the table and playing those. But whilst I was purchasing all of this, I did, excuse my hands a minute, I did actually purchase from 3Z Water Publications the standards, badges and livery colours of the Wars of Roses. They do 3 books on heraldic banners. So I've got all of those. I also got myself the Battle of Barnet and the Battle of Tewkesbury. Both of those are about an hour or so away from us, not too far. And I already had in my book collection anyway, Military Campaigns of the Wars of the Roses, and the Battle of Bosworth, and Armies of the Wars of Roses. So I already had all of that anyway. So certainly some bedtime reading there to get involved with, and looking forward to getting those figures together. And as I say, in the early part of next year, you'll see us on the channel. We'll be going into sort of putting this together and sort of going through our thoughts and painting processes and bits and pieces from then on. Well, there we have it then, guys. Sorry about the long video today. So I say it was quite a lot to go through. I thought I'd been sort of not saving it up, but saving a few bits up, sort of, so I can easily talk to you about sort of bits and pieces that's going on. I certainly hope all your projects are going well, and I hope everyone is really staying safe. There's been some excellent videos been put out there, some excellent miniatures and that have been painted up and that, and some hobby stuff and that, and really have been enjoying everyone's work. So keep it up, guys. And until next time, guys, if you're new to the channel, don't forget, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, guys, please stay safe and happy wargaming.